Welcome to Waverley Basketball Stadium for the second game of this NBL1 rivalry round doubleheader. The Falcons and the Hawks. We saw the Hawks prevail in the women's game. Now we've got the men. My name is Liam Ellison, joining you on this broadcast along with Trent Mason. Trent, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, g'day Liam. Good to be back. Hopefully we get this game's at least half as good as the first one. That was an absolute cracker. The women's game went right down to the wire, and Ringwood getting the job done, but not before a very stiff challenge from the hosts. Absolutely.
Well, the Falcons and the Hawks. Falcons sit with a 6-5 record, and the Hawks are in second last position, but not too far behind really, with a 4-8 record. So a win for them today will bring them right back up in the race for the top 8. Meanwhile, the Falcons need a win just to get back on track after a couple of disappointing blowout losses to the COE and the Kilsyth Cobras a couple of weeks ago. Trent, what are you expecting from this one this afternoon?
Well, I think Waverley will come out firing and really look to set the tone early, particularly after those disappointing losses that you mentioned there. They need to get off to a good start here. They don't want to leave the door open for Ringwood. I've seen a fair bit of them, and they are a damaging side. And if they don't produce their best basketball here today, Waverley, I wouldn't be surprised if Ringwood came away with an upset. That's the type of side they are. I don't think the ladder position tells the real story of how good this Ringwood team is. Things haven't really fallen their way this season. They can be a very damaging team at their best.
Who are some of the players to watch for the Hawks, do you think?
Yeah, Sean Clark, one of the veterans, is a really interesting player. Matthew Snow as well. There's not much of him. He's played about 1 million games. He's been around forever. But he's a really, really good player. Classy veteran, really smart player, uses the ball really well. And Sturt, one of the big guys as well for them. Adrian Sturt, he's got great athleticism and length. He can be a dangerous commodity as well. So they are a dangerous proposition, this Ringwood team, and Waverley certainly don't want to take them lightly, that's for sure.
So Jacob Gibson, I'm just looking here now, is 6th in the league in the NBL1 in scoring. Can't see him out there today. Is he not available today?
Might not be playing. Can't seem to see him there either, which would be a big blow for the Hawks.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Dylan Travis returns for the Falcons, which is a huge in after he missed the last game against Kilsyth. So that is sure to steady Waverley alongside the likes of Benny Lewis and DeAndre McCorder. We're just about set for the tip here. Big game coming up. What a big rivalry round we've had so far. Lewis to take the tip for Waverley, and Waverley come up with it. So here's Hancock. Sturt defending him. DeAndre McCorder at the top. Travis on his return. Nice pass down low to McCorder. Gets his way in for 2. McCorder with the first points for the Falcons. And geez, nearly turns it over there. Sturt, though, retrieves it. He is Snow now to settle things down.
Nice dish off, handoff pass. 3 ball from Ringwood. No bucket there for Joey Miller.
Travis once again forcing the issue. Back out to Lewis. He'll fire. Benny Lewis, the 3-pointer drops. Quick start from Waverley.
Exactly what we asked for in the pre-game. Set the tone early, get the home crowd involved. 5-0 early doors here.
There is a nice crowd in this afternoon as well to see the Falcons and the Hawks play off, which is great to see. Snow over to Miller. Back to Snow. One of the league leaders in assists. It's about 5.5 assists a game. Drives in. Nice move there from Snow. Used his body.
Yep, that's a veteran move. He's been around a long time, as I mentioned. He's a very, very crafty player. Great use of the body there. Forced the contact, rode the contact, and still had the audacity to finish it off.
Travis once again. Nice pass over to Hancock in the corner. Tries to get around Sturt. be a foul call on Sturt.
Good aggressive move there from the skipper, Matthew Hancock. He earns himself a trip to the line. First free throws of the afternoon here. Looking to build on this 5-2 lead early in the first period.
So 7.4 points per game this season, Hancock. Been an important player for this Falcons team. He gets the first one to go.
We're looking for his leadership this afternoon. Misses the back end, so just 1 over 2 there. They lead 6-2 the Falcons.
Joey Miller now fronting the offense for Ringwood.
Waverley in a man-to-man defence in this first quarter. Third on the low block. He's got some nice moves down there. Going to his favoured left hand. High off the glass. Nice finish. Adrian Sturt.
Pretty move there from Sturt.
Really lengthy, athletic is Adrian Sturt. Got some nice moves down on the low block. Not afraid to slam it home either when he gets the opportunity.
McCorder just trying to bully his way in. No good on that attempt though. Here's Snow the other way. He's got Sturt and Miller opposite Joey Miller, who's got enough space to fire and takes advantage. The Ringwood Hawks fire back and they take the lead 7-6 early on.
And good pass from Snow there. He had two options and he picked the right one. Joey Miller left all alone. Knocks down the triple.
So
Lewis looking for his second. Looked good, but just a little bit short. McWhorter comes up with the O board. Mid-range jumper. Nothing but net. 4 points. DeAndre McWhorter.
Quick start for McWhorter. The Falcons will want to see him up and about if they're to have a big afternoon. Clark posting up on McWhorter. Two of the bigger bodies in the competition as McWhorter does well to come up with it. Hancock keeps it in. Once again, Travis just pushing the pace with his athleticism. It's Hancock. The O-board for Dylan Travis results in the putback too. And the Falcons, the first to reach 10.
Fast start here. Quick game being played at a frenetic pace. Ringwood just setting up their half-court offense here through Snow. This is where it can be really dangerous. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Lovely pass inside to Clark. He couldn't finish. Waverley come away looking to force the issue again. Here's another three. That's short.
She's pushing the pace. Is Sturt. It's thrown it out of bounds in the end.
That was ambitious.
Way ahead of his teammate on that occasion.
That lovely pass from Snow inside to Clark. He's had some good looks, Clark, early doors in this one. He's just been unable to capitalise. It's a great matchup there against McWhorter. Two of the bigger guys in the competition.
And what a pass down low to Dylan Travis. Cut into the hoop. Snow straight away out to Sturt, stretching the floor. That one drops for Adrian Sturt.
Has the vision of Snow. Just forcing the pace there. Lovely dish to Sturt, who makes up for his mistake.
Jeez, the pace in this game is electric at the moment.
I'm not sure they can keep this up for 48 minutes. I hope they do because it's damn entertaining, but I'm not sure that they will. I think we'll see a decline in the speed of this one. Here's Snow again, already dangerous with a couple of assists. Got great vision, does Snow.
So picks up his dribble. Now he can shoot Snow and makes him pay.
Doesn't look like the most how do we say, athletic player in NBL1, but what he lacks for in both size and stature, he makes up for in smarts. He's a experienced, classy commodity.
McWhorter meets two Ringwood defenders and nearly turns it over. Hancock nearly comes up with it, so a few nervous moments. Nice pass into Clark, but he can't make him pay. It's a couple of missed attempts now at the rim for Clark. Travis in transition, drops it in. Dylan Travis.
Wow, 4-point play there. Clark misses something that he would normally connect on with his eyes shut. He's missed 3 now from within 2 foot of the ring. And the triple at the other end of the floor. Here's Snow. He's looking dangerous. 5 points.
Straight back, Matthew Snow.
Yeah, he's off to a very nice start.
So it's 15 apiece here halfway through the first.
High scoring affair.
Harper now. McWhorter's there.
Pull up Jay, top of the key, no good, just a bit long. Here's Snow, doing it at both ends of the floor at the moment, wanting to force the pace here. Hand off, no triple there from Fennell. Instead he goes inside and can't connect. Benny Lewis now in the open court. Nice dish inside and a nice bucket there for Dylan Travis, who's shooting very nicely in this first quarter.
He's making his impact felt on his return to action, Dylan Travis.
Waverley want to force the issue at every occasion. They want to get out and running.
The three-point is just a bit off there for Joey Miller.
He's Benny Lewis, one of the most athletic players in NBL1.
Nice step-through move, but no good on the layup attempt. So Ringwood come up with it. Matthew Snow once again. Oh, nice pass into Clark, and this time he makes him pay, and one to Clark.
See, I tell you what, Matthew Snow, he's just a pleasure to watch. He is a genius with the ball. It reminds me a little bit of white chocolate Jason Williams, former NBA star. As I said, they don't necessarily look like a basketballer, but I tell you what, he is just one hell of a player. Very, very smart, uses the ball so well. Plenty of tricks in his kit bag. And Clark finally connects. That'll do his confidence a world of good after missing a few easier ones.
So converts the M1 play for Sean Clark. As Matthew Snow just found him with a wonderful pass. Cut into the rim. Here's Travis. He's been hot early. The game's leading scorer with 9 points already. Harper up to McWhorter at the top. Pulls up again, Dylan Travis. That one a little short, though. It's fallen into the arms of McWhorter, who bullies his way in, but the layup attempt is a bit off. Well done there from Michael Harper to hustle. Travis pulls up, and another miss for Dylan Travis. What can he do here, Matthew Snow? An assist on the last play. Thought about it. Here's Fennell. Got Lewis there. Just finding his way in is Fennell. It's a nice move. He'll go to the line for 2.
Late whistle. Benny Lewis just gave him a bit of a look there. He wanted him to go baseline, forced him there, and Fennell went the other way. Reverse layup, draws a foul, go to the line for 2 shots.
So Trevor Latham checking in moments ago off the bench. He's putting up at 11.5 points per game off the pine this season for Ringwood. As Fennell gets the first one to drop through. Splits a pair though, Fennell. So Travis, what can he do here?
Hawks have taken the lead here. They lead it by 2, 19-17. 3 and a bit minutes to go, first period.
Lewis will pull up. A little short though on that occasion. So
points have dried up all of a sudden for Waverley.
Matthew Snow finding his way in. There's a bit of chaos ball here. Travis comes up with it. Snow's not happy, but not a lot of time to rue his errors as here goes Benny Lewis into McWhorter once again, pushing his way in. That one goes for DeAndre McWhorter.
That's a big boy move right there. Plenty of strength and size about DeAndre McWhorter, and he used it to full toll on that occasion. Just muscled his way closer to the ring, knocked in the layup.
And the Falcons will be happy to see that one go all afternoon. Of course, we saw last week, or a couple of weeks ago, against Kilsyth as Matthew Snow gets the 3-pointer to drop.
He's doing some damage for the Hawks. If he's not scoring, he's handing it off and creating buckets for his team. Fine start from the veteran.
Bit of a careless foul there from Latham. So perhaps looks a little frustrated with what McWhorter did on the last play, just pushing his way in.
Ding Chance stepping in, entering the game for his first minutes of the afternoon. So too Timothy Leisting.
Into Dylan Travis straight away. That one will go in for Dylan Travis.
Heads up play from Benny Lewis. Lovely inbound pass, showing his years of experience. Of course, has played in the NBL as Benny Lewis.
So up to 11 in the game. 5 of 7 shooting for Dylan Travis.
Yeah, nice seal. Had the seal on the low block there. Beautiful pass, as I mentioned, from Lewis. And the three-point play is completed there for Dylan Travis.
What a welcome sight to see him back out on the floor for Waverley. Here's Matthew Snow. Finding his... Oh, what a pass into Adrian Sturt.
Have a look at that. He can make this ball talk, Matthew Snow. He's a star.
Dishing it over his back. Got eyes in the back of his head on that play.
Lewis thought about the three, but good defence there from Fennell. Here's Big McWhorter on the low block, working again against Latham. Good defence, forced him into a tough shot. There was contact, no whistle.
Good team defence there from Ringwood. As he goes Snow once again. He's been just electric early with his passing. Here's Fennell backing down Chan, and he's come up with a block, Chan. Good defence there. Pulls up in transition. The three's a little off, though. Good rebound from Latham amongst a couple of defenders, and McWhorter comes up with a slam. The Waverley bench loves it.
Well, Latham did really well. He was just outnumbered in the end, and through sheer weight of the numbers, Waverley came up with the ball as Snow continues to just lead by example for the Ringwood Hawks. He knocks down a jumper from the top of the key.
Puts the Hawks ahead 26-24, and we're only early here, but what a game of basketball we've got on our hands already.
Yeah, very entertaining first period. Latham and McWhorter again making contact, and this time Latham gets the call to go his way. Offensive foul on McWhorter.
Well, that's what you got to do against the big man. He likes to create the contact. He should be looking to draw the charge on every opportunity as he takes a rest.
Matthew Snow, 12 points, 4 assists, and a couple of boards as well. Early triple-double watch for Matthew Snow.
Here is Snow. Down to Latham. Got the stop in the last possession. Dean Neville checking in, defending him. Nice move there, but can't get it to go for Latham. So Waverley, as they trail by 2. Travis will pull up. Looked a little off balance, but Deng Chan comes up with it. 2 points for him.
Yeah, poor close out there from Ringwood. They'll be disappointed with that. Deng Chan making the most of that opportunity. They left the door open for him and he cashed in. Well done.
So we're all tied up here. 15 seconds to go here in the first period. Matthew Snow just letting the clock wind down as Latham comes with the screen. Over to Fennell. Good D from Dean Neville. And the Falcons come up with it. They're going to run out of time as Travis chucks it up. So 26 apiece here at the end of one. It's been an up and down, entertaining quarter of action. How have you seen it so far?
Oh, great quarter of basketball. Really entertaining, as you mentioned there, Liam. And I think we're in for a tight one this afternoon. I mentioned in the pre-game that Ringwood's the sort of team you don't want to take lightly. And Matthew Snow, what a start. 12 points, 2 rebounds and 4 assists. Benny Lewis also with 4 assists. Couple of buckets as well. So the veterans have really showed their class in this first period for their respective teams. Benny Lewis, we know, has played a lot of basketball right around the world. He's suited up for the Melbourne Tigers and maybe 1 or 2 other teams in the NBL. And Matthew Snow, as I mentioned, he just makes the ball talk. He can do whatever he wants with it, finds his players in positions that he really makes passes that you think he shouldn't be able to do, and he's just an absolute star and leading the way for the visitors this afternoon. So really good start, 26 apiece, can't ask for much more than that.
It's been the battle of the point guards early on. Matthew Snow and Dylan Travis have been fantastic, both of them on 12 points for their respective teams. DeAndre McWhorter as well has looked tantalising early on, 6 points and 6 boards for him, and been bullying his way in down low, but just on the last possession, Latham did a good job just to draw the charge.
It's been a really good matchup since Latham's checked into the game. Clark, of course, started in that position, and he missed a couple of buckets that he should have made early doors. He eventually got on the board. Interesting to note that Waverley owning the glass at the moment, 14-9, so they'll be pleased with that. Shooting from the field has been impressive from both teams. Waverley going at 46% from the field and the visitors at 56% from three-point territory. It's Waverley with 33. And how about this from Ringwood? 67% on 4 of 6. Matty Snow, of course, has a couple of triples to his name, so it'll be interesting to see if they can keep that high percentage up. But hopefully we see much more of the same in this next 12 minutes.
Well, can we see this pace continue? Both teams have been up and down early on. 26 apiece here as we get underway in the second period. Matthew Snow remains in for Ringwood.
Waverley in a 2-3 zone here. Ringwood with Sturt at the high post. Matty Snow, of course, pulling the strings. Going to try from downtown once again. And he gets the roll. He's doing it all, Matthew Snow. What a handful he is.
Unbelievable. On that three-pointer. Here's Travis to respond for Waverley. Tries to give it off to Benny Lewis. Here's Leasting.
Deng Chan. Good defence there. And there you go. That's Matthew Snow reading the play. Knew that Chan wanted his right and read the play beautifully. Drew the charge. He is just on fire at both ends of the floor, Matthew Snow.
And once again, those game smarts, the IQ.
Absolutely, yep. Yep, that's a veteran move right there. Knew which way Deng Chan wanted to go and got his feet set, moved his feet, planted them there and drew the offensive foul. So chance for Ringwood to capitalise here and extend their three-point margin. We're all tied up at quarter time and Matthew Snow with the first points of this second period.
Well, it's been a pleasure to watch so far. Any young point guards out there, best be watching what both Matthew Snow and Dylan Travis do. Slightly different styles of play, but both have been fantastic early on.
He's got some fancy wheels on too, Matty Snow. The white Nikes with the green swoosh and a couple of green circles, or they might even be Celtic symbols or something to that effect. And if you want to have fancy shoes, you've got to be able to play, and he can certainly do that.
So Nathan Truman as well is into this one for Ringwood. Michael Harper back into the game as well for Waverley. Here's Fennell. Meets a couple of Waverley defenders. He's going to shoot at Latham. That one off though. Leasting comes up with it.
Good defence there from Travis. Neville, in fact, it was.
He comes with the screen.
This is Travis now. Working isolation. Three ball, that looked all right. Just missed. Good work there from Neville.
Nearly came up with it, but Ringwood corral. Here is Truman with the ball now. Matthew Snow. Hit a three earlier, did Adrian Sturt. What a move to the bucket.
He wants his left every time, does Adrian Sturt. No doubt Waverley will have done the scout on that.
So I couldn't get it to go on that occasion.
Benny Lewis now, what can he do? Hands off to the dangerous Travis.
Risky pass.
Play here.
And the three is off. Benny Lewis comes in, but it's no good. So, bit of a confusing play there from Waverley.
Scoring's dried up here for Waverley.
Yes, yet to score in the second period.
Another nice pass from Snow, finds Fennell. Tough shot, just missed. Benny Lewis now at the other end. Need a bucket here, the Falcons, just to settle in this second period. Who's going to find it? Is it Neville? No, he retreats.
Harper will shoot. That one goes for Michael Harper. And they draw level at 29 apiece. Cody Fredrickson getting set to check in for Waverley. And then they needed that one, the Falcons.
Did. Yep, first bucket of the second quarter. Snow handing off to Fennell. It's been on repeat, that play.
Once again, a perfectly timed pass, but the lay-in no good that time. Here's Travis.
Lewis for three, likes it. And that's why. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Nice handoff from Travis. Lewis had his feet set, caught it in rhythm, knocks down a triple.
Benny Lewis' second three of the game. Travis and Sturt getting caught up there.
There's a bit of physicality out there, I don't mind it. Snow with the handoff to Truman, inside to Latham, back out to Snow. Will he try another three? Doesn't. Travis tried to pick his pocket from behind, comes up with a foul.
So Snow causing a lot of issues at the moment for Waverley. He's set to take a break, though, as is Dylan Travis. Cody Fredrickson coming in for Waverley, and Matthew Roberts as well checking in for the first time for Ringwood, the youngster.
Waverley leading it by 3, 32-29. Good set play from out of bounds. Just missed the shot there, did Truman.
Fredrickson to run the point now for Waverley.
Leisting now, a couple of youngsters for the Falcons.
Here's Harper.
Lewis.
Nice cross-court pass to Benny Lewis. Hit a three just before, and he's drawn the foul on Adrian Sturt. And it doesn't look like it's going to be 3 shots, so it's going to be an inbound play.
Just after the shot, maybe.
First team foul for the Hawks as Matt Fennell checks back into the game. Replacing Adrian Sturt.
So Sturt will check out now. Fennell coming in.
Didn't get much of a rest, did Fennell.
On 2 fouls is Sturt. 7 points and 5 boards to his name. They want to make sure he stays out of foul trouble. Comes around the Neville screen. Fredrickson pulls up. Just a bit strong, though. Joey Miller as well. Here he is.
In for Snow now, pulling the strings, who sits down, of course. Tough shot, may have got fouled. There was contact there, no whistle. Lewis comes away with it.
Ahead to Harper.
Thought
Oh, nice
three.
move
Went
to the
inside
hoop.
instead and knocks down the 2. Good heads-up play from Harper. 34-29. 5-point lead to the Falcons.
Here's Truman back at the top to Fennell. And Leasting defending Joey Miller.
And you can just see Ringwood's offense doesn't look as quick and seamless without Snow, although they do come up with points there.
Yeah, Snow taking his first break just moments ago.
You just feel like they have to work a little bit harder for their points, Ringwood, with no Snow in the game. Nice pass inside from Benny Lewis. And a foul down low. Leisting had contact made on him. And a foul will go against Joey Miller.
So the 2 big boys set to check back in here. But there's a timeout first on the floor. McWhorter and Clark we expect to come in after the break. It's a 3-point ball game here. Offense has been a little quieter this quarter compared to the first, 34-31.
Yeah, Waverley's just clicked into gear these last couple of minutes. They were slow to come out of the blocks after quarter time, but big 3 from Benny Lewis, who is in nice shooting touch, it appears. And with Snow out of the game, it'll be interesting to see how they rest, how long Snow rests for, because that's where Waverley can really capitalise. As I mentioned, they don't look nearly as dangerous on the offensive end of the floor without Snow. They have to work harder for their points. So this is a chance for Waverley to cash in and really put a margin on their opponents with no Snow in the ballgame.
15 points and 4 assists so far for Matthew Snow. He's been probably the player of the game so far in this one.
Travis got off to a hot start for Ringwood, been a little bit quiet this quarter. They even spread from the Falcons this period. Both teams still shooting well from the floor, 47 for the Falcons and 46 for the Hawks. Nothing wrong with those numbers.
So we get set to get underway here. McWhorter and Clark do come in.
5 offensive rebounds for the Falcons. Won't please the Ringwood Hawks coaching staff.
So straight away into McWhorter. Looking for a teammate though. Here's Fredrickson at the top. Into Lewis. It's a tough contested shot. No good. So Roberts.
Skipper in for his first minutes for the Hawks.
And Fennell looking for the handoff. Opposite over to Joey Miller. Leasting getting tangled up there with the bigger Fennell.
Yeah, good heads-up play there. They drew the mismatch on the switch, and Fennell knew he had the both height and weight advantage on Leasting, and he took him to the rack and drew contact. He'll go to the line for 2. No, he won't. Foul before the shot went up, so inbounds pass for Ringwood.
4 fouls already for the Falcons.
Truman left all alone, got a lovely screen off that inbound play, and he knocks it down.
1 point ball game here. Just the pace has died down just a touch in this second period. Here's Fredrickson. Just pulls
good
up in the
attacking
lane.
move. I like this young fella. He's looking to get to the rack. He certainly doesn't look intimidated at all. He's being very aggressive, and he's had 2 good shots. Just missed the first one, but that was nicely done.
And Leasting picks up another foul here. Joey Miller's found his way to the line. Second personal foul for Tim Leasting. So, just speaking about Cody Fredrickson, has really found his way into the rotation the last few games. Earlier on in the season, we often didn't see him until the closing stages, but yeah, he has been good.
And I like the fact, as I mentioned, he's not afraid to put the ball on the floor and try and get to the rack. Sometimes we see with these young, inexperienced guys come into a league of this calibre, they just don't want to make a mistake. They're too afraid to make a mistake, and they just play a little bit timid, but certainly not Fredrickson in the early parts of this game.
So Joey Miller gets it to go. 16.4 points per game for him this season.
Here he is again.
And once
staying
again,
aggressive.
Yeah, as you said, McWhorter bullying his way in.
Look at the strength.
Can't get the lay-in to go, though. Bit disappointing there for McWhorter. The Hawks come up with it. Here is Miller once again. Gibson out today. He's the leading scorer out on the floor for Ringwood.
So they'll go to the stripe here. They're in the penalty. Fennell it is, who'll find himself at the charity stripe.
And plenty of time remaining as well. 4 minutes and 11 seconds in the half. So
Hawks can regain the lead here if Fennell is successful on both. Matthew Snow back into the game for the Hawks. Sat for a few minutes, did the veteran. Leading all scorers with 15 is Snow. Fennell's been good for the Hawks too.
And misses the first one. Just shooting 51% from the line this season is Matthew Fennell. As he splits a pair, Deng Chan back in the game along with Dylan Travis for Waverley. It's 36 apiece here. Hancock as well. Miller got a hand in. It's going to be a foul call on him.
He was right in his back pocket. There was Miller, just overplayed it a touch. And foul has been called. Travis lost his left shoe on that occasion. So there'll be a momentary break in play here while he puts the left shoe back on. I think if you're Waverley here, you want to go back to the McWhorter-Clark matchup. He just seems to be having his way with Clark. And we've got a timeout. With 4:01 left in this first half, still all tied up here. Nothing between these teams, 36 apiece.
Yeah, certainly any time you can get McWhorter sort of isolated down low.
Yeah. Well, there's not many players in the league that can go with McWhorter when he's got space and time. He likes to put the ball on the floor. He does like to go left, and the fact that he can go left or right makes him a double threat. And I just feel like he's too agile for Clark at the moment, who is a big boy himself. But I just feel he's got quickness on his side, McWhorter, and I do like that matchup.
Putting up close to a double-double this season, 19.8 points and 8.3 rebounds per game. Is also sitting second in the NBL1 in field goal percentage with 57.5% from the field, and obviously so many of those attempts coming close to the rim.
And on the rim as well.
Yeah. Big slam moments ago.
Yeah, exciting. Crowd enjoyed it, as did we, up here in the commentary booth here at Waverley Basketball Stadium. Two really good games here this afternoon for rivalry round. We saw the women's go down to the wire. Waverley certainly had their chances. Ringwood's class just seeing them through, getting the victory as we thought they might. And this one still certainly well and truly up for grabs. 4 minutes to go before half-time.
Into McWhorter straight away. He's got Clark on him. Pulls up. No good, but Deng Chan does well to crash the glass. But he might have stepped out of bounds, so it's Ringwood ball.
Thought McWhorter might have fancied his chances there. He had plenty of room to work with. Thought he might have tried to take Clark on one-on-one. He didn't. He retreated and pulled up for the J and just missed.
Joey Miller just Forcing the issue into Truman. Blocked by Deng Chan, though. Jeez, he's been good. Dylan Travis fighting his way through a couple of defenders. Back out to Mikota from the top for the three. DeAndre Mikota.
Big bucket, never looked like missing. He loved it off the hand, and rightly so. Beautiful stroke there from the big fella.
Shooting 37% from three this season, Mikota. Doesn't throw up a lot of attempts, but...
Oh, wow.
Geez, athletic drive there from Joey Miller. But certainly fancies himself, Mikota, when he gets wide open.
And players like that are so dangerous because we see how damaging he can be inside Mikota with his size and strength. But if he can knock down the triple as well, it means your defender can't just leave you out on an island there and really has to extend the defence. Miller at the line for two here for Ringwood. Missing on the first.
81% free throw shooter this season, Joey Miller. Been very good so far this season, 16.5 points per game. One of the league leaders as well in minutes played per game, so often leaned on to play a big role for this Hawks team.
Back into Mikota against Clark, one-on-one. Oh, lovely dish inside to Benny Lewis. Left hand, no-look pass there from the big fella. Found Benny Lewis underneath, who puts in two more for Waverley.
Doing it all at the moment is Mikota. As offensive foul.
He's having a tough afternoon, is Clark. He's got his hands full with Mikota. He's got an offensive foul. He's missed a couple of layups in the first quarter.
So the Falcons out to a 4-point lead now. Clark with the moving screen sees it turn over as Travis will pull up. No good though there. So Travis has cooled down a bit here in this second period.
He thought he got fouled there too, and I reckon he's got a good case.
Oh, nearly comes up with a steal, but Fennell corrals it into Clark. That one drops for Clark. That'll feel good.
Yeah, that's what he needed, Sean Clark. As we mentioned, it's had a few things go against him, but he's been around basketball a long time. He certainly won't drop his bundle. Pull-up jump shot looks good off the hand, and it is. Matthew Hancock, the captain. Nice jumper from the corner.
2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Matthew Snow checking back in moments ago as well. Fennell
Travis
now on the
all
wing.
over him too.
Truman's going to pull up. A late contest from Deng Chan, but he can't convert, Truman. Gets a hand in and Hancock turns it over. Straight away passes it ahead. Desperate to keep it in is Truman, but Waverley now the other way. Chaotic play here. Lewis to pull up. Oh, here's Mikota down low. Bullies his way in once again.
He's just such a presence, isn't he?
So he's in double digits now, DeAndre Mikota, up to 11 in the game.
I want to go to him a lot because all of a sudden, if you go to him, you're going to draw the double team, and then all of a sudden that frees up your shooters like Benny Lewis and co from outside.
Sean Clark's three-point attempt was no good. Travis passes it ahead. Well done, Fennell. And it's come off Waverley, says the referee.
Well done by Clark there as well. He might have got away with one. I reckon it might have touched his hand last. Tough call, but Ringwood getting the rub of the green on that occasion.
It's a 6-point margin now for Waverley. Matthew Snow with a chance to just steady his team, perhaps.
They've quelled his influence in this second quarter. It's been quiet. He had a blinder of a first period, and he turns it over there, or does he?
And Travis nearly gets it, but into Joey Miller, who can't get it to go. Sean Clark nearly comes up with a rebound, so some worrying moments there for Waverley. But Travis now, around a couple, over to Hancock, wide open, gets the three ball to go for Waverley. And it is out to a 9-point ball game.
Great penetration there from Travis. He's proving a handful for Ringwood. Drew the defender, left the wide open teammate in the corner all alone. And Snow, just when they need a bucket and to just silence the home fans who are, after their team are getting on a bit of a roll, Snow comes up with a big bucket, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line to make it a 3-point play.
It's a nice move to the bucket there from Matthew Snow. Just sort of, was no real explosiveness about it, but just used his body well. Bit of slow-mo Snow, if you like.
It's as a guy who's played a lot of basketball, he gets his own miss. The rebound, disappointing there for Waverley. Didn't really box him out. Fennell short on the 3. Don't know if that's the shot they want so early in the shot clock.
So 24 seconds remaining here. Game clock just ahead of the shot clock. The Falcons with a chance to potentially make it a 10-point margin at the half. Here's Travis letting the clock just wind down.
McCorder coming up for the on-ball screen.
So Travis over to Lewis, who turns it over to Truman. So the Hawks with some time here. Miller to pull up. He had a foot on the line. That one rattles in for Ringwood. So perfect finish to the half for the Ringwood Hawks. It's a 5-point ball game. 48-43, the Falcons lead. What a half of basketball we've just witnessed.
Wow, costly turnover from Benny Lewis there. He'll be ruining that as he heads to the locker room. A chance for Waverley to really extend the margin and go in with a lot of confidence. They'll still do that. They are owning of a 5-point margin. But just Benny Lewis, who, you know, has plenty of experience, just went for a tricky pass, probably biting off more than he could chew, turned it over, and Ringwood come down the other end of the floor and make him pay.
So both teams shooting the ball at a really high clip here. The Falcons shooting 49% from the field and the Hawks 46%. And meanwhile, both teams have hit 6 3-pointers apiece. They've looked deadly from downtown. 43% for Waverley and 46% for the Ringwood Hawks. How do you see this second half playing out?
Oh, it's anyone's game. There's nothing between these two sides. 4 points on the scoreboard, but really it's a very even matchup. It could go either way. Certainly Ringwood would be disappointed still with that rebound count. They trail at 17-26, so getting beaten on the glass, thanks largely to Dean McCorder and Travis, both with 7 boards apiece. I still think the go-to play for mine in this second half is McCorder on the low block because, as I mentioned, if he's not taking Clark or Latham, whichever his matchup is, to the bucket and scoring a bucket or drawing a foul, I think he's going to draw some help. And when that double team comes, Waverley's shooters, and they already have started well here, 6 of 14 from 3, that frees them up and it just creates another weapon, and guys like Benny Lewis and co can get open for the 3. So I think that's a really good play for them. Travis has looked really lively. He's got 12 points and 7 boards, so really setting the tone here for the hosts. But no, really good half of basketball. We saw Snow get off to the fast start. Was a little bit quiet at that period, but just late he had some important touches. And that bucket, when they needed one, he was the one that came up with them and just steadied the ship for the visitors. Yeah,
they just corralled his influence a little bit there at the end of the half. And he's got 17 points and 4 assists to his name as Matthew Snow. Meanwhile, Benny Lewis is the game's leader in assists with 5. Impressive from the wing as McCorder and Travis with 7 rebounds apiece for Waverley. It's hard to pick a winner at this stage.
It really is. There's nothing between these two sides based on that first half. Premiership quarter next. We saw Ringwood trail in the women's game earlier, come out after half-time and did a bit of a number on Waverley in that third period. The men's team, their counterparts, will be hoping it's a similar story here after half-time. Whereas Waverley will be looking to extend their margin and just keep Ringwood at bay as we head into the final period.
Matthew Snow is shooting 100% from the field at the moment, 7 of 7, and impressively 3 of 3 from beyond the arc as well.
It's not a bad stat line, is it? 17 points on 100% from the field, along with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. We did mention him pre-game that he was one of the men to watch, and certainly hasn't let us down. He is an excitement machine, Matthew Snow. There's certainly nothing pretty about him visually, and I say that in the nicest possible way. But he has been around a long time, and his basketball smarts, I think you said, Liam, in that first half, and you absolutely nailed it. That's exactly how you would summarise Matthew Snow. He's just a crafty, canny player who's got so many tricks, no-look passes, can create his own shot and find teammates pretty much whenever he wants. He's a really good player.
He's got 4 assists as well to his name with 1 turnover, so once again improving on his assist-to-turnover ratio, and I'm sure it'll come as no surprise to you that he sits well in the top 10 in the NBL1 with a ratio of 3.17 assists to turnovers. Obviously a really efficient player, as we just said, and knows how to use the ball.
And some of his assists, some of his passes, you think, my God, what's he doing there? Like, it just doesn't look like he should be making those passes, but that's him. It's not uncommon for him. For anyone else or a lot of other players in this league, you'd be pulling your hair out if you were the coach looking at a player try and make that pass, but he's done it for so long, it's just second nature to him.
A couple of really pretty dishes there. One sort of over the head assist as well. You never know, we might see that one in the NBL1 top 10 highlights.
Mentioned Cody Fredrickson during the call, his impact off the bench. I really liked his energy. He's only played just under 3 minutes, but what he did when he came on was force the issue, make the Ringwood defence work hard, and if he wasn't getting to the ring and pulling up for jump shots, he was finding an open man. I thought he played some really valuable minutes.
Yeah, certainly when you can get one of your youngsters coming off the bench and really filling in with a nice shift, it helps and lifts the team for sure. A lot of options there off the bench at the guard position as well for Waverley. So
thought Ding Chan has been good as well, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. He's come up with some big plays, a couple of blocks, and really crashing the glass, really looking to push the ball up the court as well. He's come up with a couple of turnovers on Ringwood as well, so he's been another good player for Waverley.
It's a big addition to the Waverley lineup. If I'm not mistaken, his first appearance for the Falcons this season, Deng Chan. It's the first I've seen of him out there anyway, so that's really good if they can bring in another guy off the bench who can make an impact as a role player. Just adds to their depth that little bit for Waverley.
Yeah, he's got 2 block shots. He's got the 1 turnover, a couple of points, a couple of fouls. A few of the Waverley boys with 2 fouls. Deng Chan has 2, Dylan Travis has 2, along with Harper and Leasting. 2 fouls for Adrian Sturt for Ringwood. So no one in any serious foul trouble at half-time. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the second half. Yeah, you mentioned Matthew Snow, 7 of 7 field goals, 4 of 4 on 2 and 3 of 3 from downtown. He's been the damaging player in this first half. Best player for mine on the floor at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And another interesting stat for you. A couple of players involved in this game. Dylan Travis leads the league in fouls drawn. 6.5 fouls he draws a game. Quite a stat. Joey Miller as well, 5 fouls a game he draws. So it really comes as no surprise when you see the way Dylan Travis plays. So attacking, athletic, driving to the hoop, and easy to see how he draws so much contact.
Just crunching a few of these other numbers for you at half-time. Waverley, their biggest lead, 9 points. Ringwood just 3. So Waverley have been in the ascendancy for much of the first half, but it's not a real true indication, a tale of the tape. It's been a very even contest. Time with the lead. Waverley close to 11 minutes and just over 5 for Ringwood. So Waverley in front in most categories, but just in front on the scoreboard. There's not a lot between these two teams. It's very evenly matched.
Couple of close games round the NBL1 today for rivalry round. The Knox Raiders and the Eltham Wildcats are locked at 60 apiece at the moment. And meanwhile, at the Graveyard in Nunawading, they're playing old rivals Melbourne Tigers. They lead by 2 at the moment, 42-40. So a trio of really close rivalry games here in round 10.
Yeah, we had the close women's game here only hours ago with the visitors, the Ringwood Hawks, who trailed and looked, well, nowhere near their best for much of that game, just showing their class through the likes of Mullings and Mahelko and Mine King, the Triple M attack. Got them over the line, but Waverley were valiant in defeat.
The Melbourne Tigers and the Nunawading Spectres will be interesting for many reasons, but it'll be good to see Dane Pinot and Simon Conn go at it.
Yep.
In the big man spot, of course, probably 2 of the MVP candidates at this stage. Both players, Pinot leading the league and rebounding, and Simon Conn just a veteran of the Siebel of times past, now the NBL1 with the Spectres.
Yeah, Pinot, of course, with Sydney last season, has jumped ship and will be suiting up in new colours for the next NBL season, which continues to draw closer.
Getting himself well acclimatised to the southeast Melbourne region, playing in the NBL1 out there today in Nunawading. So we're just about set here for the second half, 1:20 to go. Looks like it's going to be a close one. I'm keen to see if DeAndre McWhorter continue to have his way down low. He's been dominant, really.
Yeah, he has. And if I'm Waverley, I'm going to that well just about on every possession. I want him to at least have a touch on that low block, because that's where you can create so much of your offense. As I mentioned on a number of occasions, he can either spot up, we know he can shoot the ball, he can take Clark or Latham, whoever it is, one-on-one, or alternatively, if you're drawing a double team, you all of a sudden open up the perimeter shooters, and Benny Lewis and these guys can really cash in. So that's a really good opportunity, I feel, for Waverley, along with Travis. You know, Travis has been so damaging with ball in hand. He's really good with off the dribble, creating his own shot or finding the open man. So they're the two weapons for Waverley for me in this second half.
So the starters for the second half for Waverley is Travis, Hancock, Harper, Benny Lewis, and it looks to be DeAndre McWhorter as well.
This with a singlet change, I think, for the big fella.
Changing number as well, actually, to number 1. So something's happened to his singlet in the first half.
Changing shorts as well.
Starters for Ringwood: Joey Miller, Adrian Sturt, Sean Clark, Fennell, and probably the player of the first half, Matthew Snow, as well, to start things off. And McWhorter's ready to go now. So
got the new shorts on, new singlet on. He's ready to roll.
Set to get underway.
Waverley with first look at opening points of this second half. They lead it here by 5. There we go.
McWhorter straight away,
Well
but
done.
that one came off the side of the backboard.
Good defence from Clark there. Force him into a tough shot. But I like the look from Waverley, the intent's there. Get it into the big fella early.
Cross court to Joey Miller. Now he's driving in. Puts up the floater. Good defense, though, from Dylan Travis. Miller comes up with it. Fennell gets around Harper. Good rebound there from DeAndre McWhorter. Now Hancock. Here's a wall of Ringwood defenders. Back out to Benny Lewis. And once again,
McWhorter again on the low block. He's just too big. There you go. He's too big and too strong. He drew the double team there, but he had such good position. Made the bucket count and was fouled to go to the line for one more. And all of us, straight away in this second period, Liam, they've gone into McWhorter both times.
Well, you asked for it, Trent. That's
did.
exactly what's happened. I mean, they've done well to once again put the Ringwood Hawks bigs under pressure straight away. McWhorter with a chance for a 3-point play.
He can really fill his boots in this second half, I feel.
And that one just rattles out, so no good on that attempt. He's up to 13 in the game, DeAndre McWhorter, the leading scorer now for Waverley. There's a foul on the Falcons, so
Travis.
third personal for Dylan Travis. That's a little bit worrying now for Waverley.
They're going to keep him in. He's got to be careful. They don't want to lose him. He's been one of their major weapons.
So into Sean Clark, McWhorter on him. Clark makes his move, but no good really in the end. McWhorter did well. Here's Dylan Travis. Over to Harper. Lewis in the corner. The pass is a bit low. Put him under pressure. Travis will pull up. A little short though. Clark does well to come up with the defensive rebound.
Should have made the extra pass there. Hancock was all alone in the corner. Just needed to skip past to Hancock. He probably drills the 3.
Calls for the screen to Snow. He's stirred. He's got the smaller Hancock on him.
Wants to go left.
It was a nice move, but in the end, the shot no good. McWhorter with his 10th rebound in the game. He's brought up the double-double. And here's Travis.
McWhorter up high now. Over to Benny Lewis. Hancock now.
Harper will fire. Air ball in the end for Michael Harper. So the Falcons lead by 7 here. Just pretty much picking up where they left off as Snow finds himself in a bit of space, and you knew that was going down when it left his hands.
Has a miss from the floor, Matthew Snow. 8 of 8.
What a display we've seen from him this afternoon. Been a bit of a point guard masterclass almost. Here's Travis.
Into the big fella. There we go. Forces the double. Should have a shooter open.
Nearly gets the 3 to go. Well, I thought that change was going to come from Ringwood. They had to start to double him eventually.
Yep. They'll do that every time. They have to. He's just too big and too strong one-on-one. Here's Clark now. Oh, he's missed so many buckets he would normally make. He gets a second crack at it. Look at the frustration on the big fella, Shawnee Clark.
And he has missed a few. A chance to get these two down and get things back on track for Clark.
Good on him, though, for going again. He missed a shot he would normally make, but he went back at it. And Matthew Snow, I think, just had a quiet word to him, words to that effect, to say, well done, big boy. Just keep working hard. Your turn will come. Plenty of experience in those legs of Sean Clark. He and Matthew Snow have played plenty of ball together.
First one drops for Sean Clark. Back to a 4-point game now.
So it'll be interesting to see how Waverley handles the double on McCorder, or does he move out of the low block now and plays a bit of high, or even look to extend beyond 3? I'm intrigued to see what they do with him, because he's having his way with the Ringwood defence on that low block.
Here's a chance to see what they do now. Here's Travis. And they try to free up, but Hancock's hit the floor. It's going to be a foul call.
And Clark just ran straight through him there on the screen.
So that'll be Clark's second personal. Second team foul for Ringwood as well.
The foul called on number 24, Sean Clark for the Hawks. That's his second personal foul, second team foul for the Hawks.
See if they can draw up something here from the inbound play and get an open look. Maybe Hancock or even Benny Lewis coming off a curl cut.
So the Ashburton kids are on the mop today. They're our club of the week here at Waverley. Getting them down to get involved. So straight away, McCorder gives it back out to Travis. Lewis thought about it. Now will pull up. Drops for Benny Lewis. Nice little pull up, Jay.
And good offense there from Waverley. They set it up nicely, took their time, worked it and found the open Benny Lewis, who he's going to knock that down 9 times out of 10. And good reply there from Fennell, attacking the basket, drawing the foul.
And the Waverley captain can't believe it. Thought it was no contact, but it was a nice drive, really, from Fennell, as you said.
Third team foul for the Falcons. Matt Fennell heading to the free throw line, shooting 2.
And margin at 6. Ringwood just hanging around, staying within touch.
It's been pretty much basket for basket, really, in this third period.
It has. It's been a high standard game, that's for sure.
Falcons looking to get back on track after a couple of disappointing losses. Meanwhile, Ringwood trying to keep in touch with the top 8 as Clark draws the foul. Another nice effort from him.
And Clark, on that occasion, just too big and too strong for Benny Lewis. Had the weight advantage on Lewis. McCorder was stuck out on the other side of the ring, and Clark just bullied Lewis out of that, and he's going to get a second chance opportunity here for Ringwood.
So Clark up to his season average of 6 points and 6 rebounds at the moment. Got a couple of blocks as well to his name. He's battled hard and starting to have an influence over these last couple of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. He's certainly won't throw in the towel, that's for sure.
And he splits a pair on that occasion.
Margin is 5, approaching halfway mark of this third term at Waverley. Home team in front.
And again, Hancock hits the floor, and Clark is once again the recipient of this foul.
He's in everything at the moment. Both ends of the floor, Shawnee Clark. If he's not running through blokes at the defensive end of the floor, he's getting offensive rebounds and going to the foul line or putting in a layup for his team.
Well, that's now his third personal, so something to think about for the Ringwood coaching staff. Clark just pleading his case now with the referee.
Might not be long before we see Latham check into the game for Clark. Don't want to pick up his 4th foul in this third term, that's for sure. What can they do here from the inbound play? They scored on the last time they were in this position.
Into Harper. Finds his way in the lane. The little floater drops in.
Move. Good aggressive play from Harper. Put it up on his opposite hand.
Oh, blocked by Benny Lewis. Nice defensive play. Fennell was just finding his way to the hoop, and he stopped him right there.
The athleticism of the veteran. Just so long and athletic is Benny Lewis. Read the play so well. Timing was perfect.
And he stuffed the stat sheet today, Benny Lewis. 10 points, 5 assists. Turns it over to Sean Clark. Here's Travis. Again, ahead to Benny Lewis. The 3-pointer no good, though.
Had a good look.
That would have lifted the Waverley crowd.
Would have put the margin in double figures too. Clark can hit the triple. Misses on that occasion.
So Waverley seemed as though they were happy to Let that one go as McCorder pulls up his second three of the game.
And the trailing triple from the big fella. Nice play there from Waverley. 10-point lead.
McCorder once again doing it from everywhere this afternoon. Sturt with the answer. No. No good on the pull-up, Jay.
First double-digit lead of the afternoon here. Travis, this is getting out of hand a bit for Ringwood. We'll see a timeout. And there it is.
Out to a 12-point ball game. 59-47. Timeout Ringwood.
Really good run there from the home team. And they smelt blood and they put the foot down, didn't they? They really capitalised there. The triple from McCorder, the trailing three there. Nice move. And then Travis attacking the ring. Attacking the rim, getting upstairs and dropping home two more to put the margin out to a game-high 12 points with just under 6 minutes to go in this third term.
An impressive performance from DeAndre McCorder. He's, as we've said, probably time and time again, really. He's been doing it all, and obviously his main go is to sort of bully his way in down low, but when he sensed that the doubles come, he's been able to hit the three and dish it out to teammates. Been impressive for Waverley.
Yeah, up to 18 points, 10 boards as well, so he's got that double-double well and truly in the bag. Snow has been a little bit quiet since that dominant first period. They need a lift from him. It sounds silly. He's 8 of 8 from the field, but you just feel like he's the one who can get Ringwood back into this game. I'm not sure where else they have any answers to cut into this margin.
Yeah, Matthew Snow has been a little bit quieter in the second half. Just 2 points since the halftime break, but he's right there all the way, Matthew Snow.
Waverley continuing to keep the foot on the gas here, extending the D, although it's a bit of a half-hearted full-court press. Here's Joey Miller, the captain. Need a bucket, Ringwood.
Just hands it off to Fennell. Here's Adrian Sturt. Jeez, pinpoint pass to Joey Miller. That's a tough shot, and it drops Joey Miller.
Wow.
Wowee.
That is a big bucket. That's a captain's bucket right there. Falling away, got hit on the arm, and knocked it down. Will go to the line for one more. Big bucket, Ringwood.
And they needed that as well. Chance to bring it back to a single-digit ball game. Cody Fredrickson's had to check in for the first time in this second half. Dylan Travis up to 4 fouls in the game, Trent.
Yeah, that's a concern. He's been really lively for Waverley. 10 boards and also 14 points, so they lose him. That's one of their major weapons out of the game.
And a big shift coming up for Cody Fredrickson off the bench.
Yep. Big shoes for the young fella to fill, but as we've sung his praise a number of times throughout the call, he'll be up to the challenge, no doubt. He certainly won't die wondering.
McCorder thought about attempting his third three. Fredrickson picks up the dribble. He's drawn the foul here on Latham. Just swung through his arms.
So Clark having a seat, and Latham his replacement. And McCorder once again going to work and drawing the foul on Latham.
So Michael Harper inbounding the ball now out to McCorder. Here is the youngster Fredrickson. Nice drive to the hoop. What a strong drive, Cody Fredrickson.
Used his body so well. Look, there's not much of him. He's a string bean, this kid, but he really used his body well. He knew the contact was coming, just shielded himself with his body and put it up on the left, so he wasn't going to get rejected. Drew the contact, gets the foul, goes to the line for one more. I really like this kid.
It was a gutsy drive to the hoop, and he's been rewarded. A chance for a three-point play, and a chance to make it the biggest margin of the afternoon of 13 points, and he does. 62-49 here. The Falcons threatening to run away with it at the moment, but plenty of time remaining in the third period. Matthew Snow sensing a bit of urgency.
Foul is on Fredrickson, just trailing Truman there. And he'll go to the stripe, Truman. 2 points. Just lost him in transition there, did Fredrickson. Coming off a screen.
That one just rims out for Truman. So both teams in the bonus here as well with 5 minutes to go.
.12-point lead here to Waverley. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third term. They've made all the running after half-time. the hosts, looking to capitalise here and extend their lead as we head towards the final change. Lewis spots up for 3, just short. Waverley unable to score. Ringwood come away.
Joey Miller pushing the pace. Draws the contact from Lewis, gets it to go. Joey Miller.
Has he made some big buckets in the last few minutes? The captain.
Some tough finishes as well.
I don't want to leave the door open here for Ringwood because they will barge through it.
Here's Harper over to Fredrickson. Had a big bucket on a couple of moments ago.
McWhorter, there you go. Go to work, big fella.
He's got Latham on him, backing him down. And Sturk comes with a double, gets a hand in to block it.
Good defence. Really good help there from Ringwood. They've lifted since that timeout, haven't they?
Yeah, certainly. As you said, a nice bit of help defence there from Adrian Sturt.
Margin's still double figures, but you just get the sense that Ringwood has lifted. Certainly still in this game. Here's the dangerous Miller. He's on fire. The captain leading by example. Really good few minutes there. Great stretch for Ringwood, and not surprisingly, Waverley want a timeout and talk this thing over.
Well, they had a timeout moments ago, Ringwood. They've come out, as you said, Trenton. Now they've forced Waverley into a timeout. Chance to talk things over as Joey Miller has been fantastic. 6 quick points there. And it is back to a single-digit ball game here. 9 points the margin. It's under 4 minutes to go in the third period.
And Miller, some of those buckets were really tough. Really important buckets all the same to keep them within touch. And as you say, they've cut the margin to single figures. It's 8 points, 62 to 54. Snow with 19 points still, and McWhorter with 18 leading the way for their respective teams. But it's all been not the Truman Show, the Miller Show.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, and it was only minutes ago that everything was going the way of the Falcons. McWhorter's 3 was dropping. They were getting out to probably close to a 15-point margin, but all of a sudden Dylan Travis gets in foul trouble. He has to take a break on the bench, and a couple of the Ringwood stars come alive, and things, turn quickly here. Is in fact an 8-point ball game, 54 to 62. So Waverley just need a steady here.
Really important period here as we head into three-quarter time. 3:50 left on the clock.
Fredrickson remains in for Waverley.
Again, looking to attack. Retreats to Lewis. Deng Chan in the game for a triple team all of a sudden for McWhorter.
He stays with it, pushing his way in. Deng Chan, though, does well on the O-board. Comes up with it, Deng Chan. He's been fantastic off the bench.
Talk about efficiency. For limited minutes, he's been sensational for the home team. Really good bucket there.
Up to 4 points in the game now, Deng Chan.
Here's Miller again. Attacking again, just short.
Taps it out to Harper. He gives it ahead to Lewis. He'll slow it up. Chan and Snow just getting tangled up there. Going to pull up Benny Lewis. That one no good. So the Falcons with a 10-point margin now. Deng Chan with the last bucket. Just steadies him as Sturt pulls up. Geez, that one just rolls out.
Geez, that looked good off the arm, in and out. We had a really good look at it. We're right behind it. Here's Lewis now. He's going a bit cold. McWhorter over to Chan. Sung his praises a number of times. Really efficient game from him here. Fredrickson likewise. McWhorter now. Shot clock into single figures. 6 left on it. Going to have to get a shot up. Draws the foul, and we'll get the hometown roll there. There's Michael Harper with just 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Looked to be in a bit of trouble there, Waverley, but Harper bails him out, and Snow with the foul. Wanted the trouble, not forthcoming.
So after a spirited few minutes from Ringwood, a 3-throw here, we'll see the Falcons jump back out to a 13-point lead.
Yeah, and they get on the run out of the timeout, so these timeouts have been really crucial. But we've seen the team that hasn't called it come out with all the momentum after it.
Jeez, the Hawks had some nice ball movement there, but McWhorter Euro steps his way through for 2.
Coast to coast, the big fella. Just brushed Sturt off like he wasn't even there. Snow wanted to take the charge. It probably got out of his way, which is a smart move.
Here he is on cue. Finds his way in for two, Matthew Snow.
Good use of the body again, finishing on the non-dominant hand. That's what they needed, a bucket there, just to keep them within touch. It's still 13 points.
So once again, the mob comes out. As Adrian Sturt hit the floor moments ago.
Mid-quarter up to 18. Who's he into 20?
Yeah, I think that's yet to update. 20 points in the game. For mid-quarter.
Substitutions for the Falcons. Tim Leasting.
Leasting checks into the game for Michael Harper.
Yeah, 20 points, 12 rebounds for mid-quarter. He's been the dominant player for Waverley, certainly from a scoring point of view. Travis, who's currently sitting with 4 fouls, second best on 14. Snow leading the way for Ringwood, had the last bucket for them.
Here is Leasting at the free-throw line. A heap of space there, and he makes him pay.
And really important that if he gets so much time and space like that, that he knocks him down, knocks those shots down, so they have to respect him and play a bit of defence. That doesn't allow them to double McCorder when they want.
Sturt finds his way in. Lovely hook shot.
He's nice on the left. Sturt, he wants to go to that left hand at every opportunity. Here's Chen now. Lewis pulling the strings for Waverley. Fredrickson now into McCorder at the high post.
Leasting will pull up.
Confident after that too. McCorder too big. Look at him. He came from 2 back. And the tip in.
Just stayed with the play, didn't he, DeAndre McCorder there?
He's been really impressive. His second and third efforts have been sensational.
The round-the-back pass goes out of bounds for Matthew Snow.
So, rare mistake from Matty Snow. Might have looked like an ambitious pass, but he can make those passes with his eyes closed normally.
So a couple of Waverley stars checking out here. McCorder and Lewis take trips to the bench. Dean Neville and Michael Harper coming in.
And a smart substitution, because McCorder gets the 46 seconds here, and he'll also get 3/4 time as well, so he gets an extended break.
And it's a 15-point ball game. If the Falcons can hold on to that heading into the last quarter, they'll be tough to beat. Here's Deng Chan. She's driving hard at the hoop and one! Deng Chan!
What a game he is playing. Jeez, they found one here in Deng Chan.
That was a tough drive to the bucket.
Great move. On his right side, just attacked, had a couple of players in front of him, kept going, drew the contact. Good finish too, tough finish.
Can see that explosiveness that he brings as well.
Yeah, great athleticism. Deng Chan been really impressive here. I think he'll quickly become a fan favourite at Waverley.
So the free throw just rolls in. That brings it out to an 18-point margin now. 34 seconds left in the third. The Hawks could really use a bucket here. Truman comes round the screen.
Yeah, they've just lost their way a bit, Ringwood, in the last couple of minutes. Since that timeout, they cut it back to 9, and we've seen that margin double in size during that period.
So once again, with both teams in the bonus, Truman will head to the line. Right up on his tippy toes for those 3 throws, and no good on that one. So he splits a pair, does Truman. And the Falcons with another chance to extend their lead.
Here's Fredrickson now winding down the clock. There'll be about a 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Neville comes with the screen. Latham goes over. Here's Deng Chan driving hard once again to the hoop. Meets Latham at the rim, and here they go, the Hawks. They got 4 seconds. Fennell chucks it up, no good. So the end of 3, it's 76-59. The Falcons have a really dominant lead here, it should be said. And heading into the last, they're going to be hard to beat, Trent.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be enough. Sizable advantage heading into the final 12 minutes, and full credit to Waverley, because we said the game was up for grabs at half-time, and it was up to one team to come out after the main break and really take advantage of the opposition, and it was Waverley, and it was really impressive, led by McCorder, who was colossal in that period, really, with buckets and rebounds as well. He did it at both ends of the floor. He was dangerous on the low block. He was dangerous from outside. He was running the floor coast to coast at stages. He's really an offensive weapon, and he's doing a lot of damage. 20 points and 12 boards for the leaders.
So if you've just tuned in, Dylan Travis in foul trouble with 4 fouls. But Cody Fredrickson, as we've said, has been great in his absence. So we expect, I reckon Dylan Travis might have a few more minutes on the bench here to start the fourth.
Well, that's the luxury of the big lead now. At three-quarter time, you're up to 17 points. One of your best players in foul trouble. He can just sit until you need him. He will, I think, have a few more minutes on the bench, and they have that luxury with a big lead. McCorder may even sit for a bit longer. He had the final 46 seconds of that quarter on the bench. He may sit out their 2 leading scorers, and you've got that luxury because you've got the 17-point lead, and if it starts to become dangerous, you get those 2 guys straight back in.
Well, if the Hawks are to mount a comeback, you feel like Matthew Snow and Joey Miller will be the 2 players to lead it. Both of them have been fantastic, but Matthew Snow a little quiet there in that third period by his standards.
Yeah, look, they have done well to contain him after that hot start. He was just sublime in that first period. Had a reasonably good second period and then a bit quieter in that third term again. So they've really checked his influence and contained his dominance because he was looking like a match winner for Ringwood early doors in this game. He may still well prove to be the case. Don't put it past him. He's got plenty of tricks, does Matty Snow.
So Truman with the step back 3. A little short though. Leasting comes up with it. And the Falcons will stay with their bench unit here.
A lot of trust from the coach. Like that. Ding Chan, certainly worthy of a start. He might have travelled there. He did. Just walked before he put the ball on the floor. So interesting lineup here for Waverley. And some of their stars getting some valuable resting minutes.
So here is Snow. Nice little give off to Roberts. Pulls up in the lane. That one's short though. Fennell blocked by D. Neville. Good D. Snow. Back out to Joey Miller. He'll fire. Drops in for Joey Miller. Perfect start for the Ringwood Hawks.
Big bucket from the captain. He's done it time and time again this afternoon. Just when they look out of it, he's come up with the points.
So it's back to a 14-point ball game.
And
travel call. So a couple of travel calls and turnovers for the Falcons early.
I wonder if they score on this play, whether McCorder and or Travis and possibly even Lewis check back into the game.
Yeah, well, we can see Travis and Lewis standing up on the benches. Snow, what a pass again inside to Fennell, and it's going to be a foul call on D. Neville.
How about the pass? Eyes in the back of his head. Matthew Snow.
And he's done that on numerous occasions as well this afternoon.
Not many players in this league make that pass.
So it looks like Travis is going to check in now. He does have 4 fouls to his name. Fredrickson down to come out. Played some good minutes, did Cody Fredrickson. But with 9 minutes left in this ball game, you think they'll go back to their starters pretty soon.
Still plenty of time here, but Ringwood really need to make every post a winner. They can't afford to be missing from the stripe. Fennell knocks home the first there.
And this is something that's really not, I haven't noticed this afternoon, but they are actually 9 of 19 from the free throw line.
Yep.
Extremely disappointing for them. Probably an extra 10 points and they'd be right back in the ball game.
And they've won their way to the stripe, whereas Waverley only been to the stripe on 5 occasions.
Leasting to pull up.
Oh, looked good, just short. Here's a chance for Ringwood to cut into this margin even further here.
Now Matthew Snow. They need the steady head of Snow to get them back into this one. Thought about it. Deanda Fennell. He's got the smaller Travis on him.
Nice
what a pass.
Oh.
Blocked though. No, it's a foul call on Leasting.
Fennell just taking the cue from Matthew Snow there with the no-look pass. Leasing looked like he got a fair bit of ball, but must have just got him on the wrist as well. And this is a nice little run here from Ringwood. Haven't cut into the margin too much. It's still at 14 points. It was 17. Benny Lewis back in. So another one of the starters for Waverley. And I'm sure it won't be long before we see McCorder.
Ball movement from Ringwood today has really been sublime.
It has been impressive. And again, another missed free throw.
Really Quite uncanny the way they've shot the ball from the free-throw line today.
Killing them, those missed opportunities. They are free throws. You put up even half of those ones they've missed, and we've got a much closer game.
Here's Travis. Check back in moments ago. Comes round the Neville screen. Gives it over to Neville. Deng Chan cutting in the lane. That's a fadeaway, Jay. A little tough on that occasion. So here's Roberts. Split a pair on the last possession. Deng Chan right up on Joey Miller.
Turned down the three, Roberts. Probably could have taken that.
So it's a foul call on Fennell.
I'm not sure of Roberts' range, but he was open then. Reckon you need to take those opportunities when they come your way.
So another one of the Falcon stars back in. DeAndre McCorder checks in for Dean Neville.
Fennell has the matchup on the dangerous McCorder. Travis on the low block, wanting to work on Roberts, using his experience. Harper just got a hand in there. Didn't like the call.
Just trying to reach around on that occasion, Harper. It's the third foul already in the quarter for Waverley. There's a lot of time left as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't be putting the W in the book just yet for Waverley.
Certainly not.
Ringwood.
A couple of a 6-0 run or something like that. Jeez, McCorder got way up and he's drawn the foul as Fennell. So,
and this has been their problem. They can get to the line, they just can't finish.
Yeah.
Less than 50% from the free throw line. That's just not going to cut it at this level. Wasted opportunities for the Hawks. And again,
it's almost hard to believe what's going on at the moment.
have a look at the coaching staff. They can't believe it. Hands on heads, pulling hair out. One coach not even looking.
Wow.
2 missed free throws.
And it is going to cost them because they don't. The eye test sort of says they don't look by any means a step below.
No, absolutely. They are just letting them off the hook here. And when you trail by double digits late in the game, you can't afford to be doing that.
McCorder bullies his way in. He's going to go to the line for 2.
Disappointed he didn't finish off the bucket. He was fouled though, and he'll go to the line for 2. Can he make a free throw?
So they're now out to 12 of 27 from the free throw line, Ringwood.
44% at this level, I dare say would be... I'd be surprised if it wasn't their worst free throw shooting performance of the season.
Yep, so they shoot 72% as a team on the year.
So they're miles off it. Not just slightly off it. And we all have our bad days from the line, but 44% is unforgivable at this level.
The difference at the moment is, meanwhile, that one rattles out though for McCorder. So Falcons up to 5 of 7 from the line. Here's Snow. Fennell from 3. A little right though, so Travis comes up with it. Pushing the pace, Waverley, wasting no time.
McCorder's got the mismatch on Snow.
Comes up with the rebound.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, how's the hustle from DeAndre McCorder?
He's
4 defenders around him.
Oh, and a turnover here as well. Lazy inbound pass there.
He's
and
drawn
heads
the
up
foul.
play from Harper. And he's teed him up too.
And you feel like the dam wall may have breached on that occasion.
I was saying before that foul, McCorder, for a guy of his size, his hands are so quick and he reads the play so well. He's so dangerous. Wow, that was a massive play there. Truman still pleading his case.
Timeout Ringwood. And they look a bit rattled at the moment, the Hawks. They were threatening to mount a comeback, couldn't convert from the three-throw line, and all of a sudden a couple of turnovers, and it almost looks out of reach.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable if I'm a Waverley fan now. 15-point lead, technical foul still to come. And most importantly, McCorder back on the floor and looking like he can do as he pleases once again. They just haven't had an answer for him, which is no knock on Ringwood because he's just one dangerous player. He's one of the most damaging players in NBL1. He's got 22 points, 14 rebounds. He is a man mountain.
He has bullied his way down low once again. And how about that last play where there's probably 4 defenders around him, and as you said, those quick hands just came up with the ball and put it back up for 2. Meanwhile, we're just about to have Michael Harper step to the line for a couple of free throws. It's already at 15, chance to make it. And we've also got the technical foul, so I'm not sure what that means for his free throw count.
And it's been one of the differences in the game. Waverley taking their opportunities from the charity stripe when they're coming their way. They haven't been there. Just as I say that, of course, he misses, but they haven't been there nearly as much as their opponents. But their free throw percentage is much, much better than Ringwood's.
So now Dylan Travis to step to the line for a couple.
Really put the moz on.
And they go 2 of 4 there as a team, Waverley. But they do have possession as a result of the technical.
17 points, they shouldn't be losing from here. Ringwood will throw everything at them, of course. Extending the defence here.
Well, Truman right up in the face of Lewis. They've got to make things happen, Ringwood. McWhorter with the screen. Travis cross-court to Harper. Nice pass into McWhorter. Can't make him pay, though, on that occasion. But it'll stay with the Falcons. He's a little frustrated, the big man.
Yeah, normally gobble those ones up. Did well to get, once again, his second and third efforts are really impressive for a guy of his size. So quick, back on his feet, back in the air. No rest for Ringwood.
So on cue, here is McWhorter. Hands it off to Travis. Hancock will fire in the corner. Comes up with the O-board, though. Oh, and did well there, Fennell, to get a hand in. So it'll be Ringwood ball. Here they go. Roberts into Fennell. Cutting hard. He'll go to the line for 2, but this has been his problem today, hasn't it? From the free throw line.
Yeah, and he hasn't been Robinson Crusoe, that's for sure.
Does shoot 51% from the free throw line on the season. And I dare say he's shot close to that or probably worse in this one.
But good attacking move. Drew the contact on Benny Lewis, who wanted the offensive foul for extending the right arm. Just gets that one to go. Wasn't overly impressive from Fennell, but it drops all the same.
So there's 2 of 2 for Ringwood and Fennell. That'll feel good.
Thought they might look to extend the full court pressure here. Or extend to full court pressure, but they don't. Still in the half court. Man-to-man defence. A Ringwood. Which leaves McWhorter to make a rare mistake. Turns it over.
Fennell did well to get a hand in there and just poke it away. Jeez, and McWhorter. Quick hands once again.
Snow's got to look to make things happen here. Time is against Ringwood. Less than half this final quarter to go.
Into Joey Miller in the baseline. Geez, quick move, but he's turned it over to Harper, who's going to push the pace. He's got Snow ahead of him and nearly turns it over. Travis comes up with it. A little short, so a bit of chaos ball at the moment.
Foul will be on Hancock on the rebound.
And foul will be on Hancock.
Not exactly putting them away here, Waverley, but still comfortable position they're in. They'll shoot free throws, and speak of Fennell having his trouble at the free throw line, Truman certainly has too.
So they're in the bonus now, Ringwood. As another free throw drops for Ringwood, starting to correct their earlier mistakes.
Doing it in ones at the moment, the Hawks. Misses again. 14 points the margin. Still comfortable for Waverley. I want to get some points on the board here. Scoring's dried up just a little bit for them.
Here's Lewis. Truman defending him. Over to Travis. Comes around the Harper screen.
Good D.
He's got to pull up, this Dylan Travis. It was good defense from Ringwood.
Force him into a tough shot.
So at 14 points, the dream lives on. What a pass from Matthew Snow into Roberts. The 3 ball from the corner drops.
He has got 3 range. I asked him to take the 3 earlier. He turned it up. He turned it down, I should say. No hesitation there, and he knocks down a triple and margin back to 11.
And the passing from Matthew Snow, magnificent as Travis finds his way to the hoop. Just showing his hand there, saying there's a bit of contact on that one, guys, and he'll head to the line now for 2. So it's certainly not out of the question. Plenty of time remaining.
They're just chipping away at this lead, eating into it bit by bit. Can't afford to keep putting Waverley on the foul line, though. And that was a nice shot, just looking to replay that Roberts 3 in the corner. Never looked like missing.
So 2-2 for Dylan Travis.
13 points the margin.
What can Snow do here? Had a lovely pass in the last play. Good defense from Harper. Out to Fennell. He's found his way to the hoop on a few occasions. Cross court to Roberts. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Gets McWhorter up. Puts up the shot, no good. And he's fouled McWhorter there, Matthew Snow. He looks a little frustrated as well. So we're going to head to the other end for 3 throws now. 4th personal as well for Matthew Snow.
Snow thought he drew contact. He's feeling a little bit let down on that drive, but McWhorter played it well. He knew Snow wanted to draw the contact. Didn't get sucked in and hit him with the body.
And the Falcons, for the most part, taking care of business at the 3-throw line. There's a tee. It's going to be on Matthew Snow. Court announcer referring to Matthew Snow as Matthew Snowball. So I wonder what was said there. Oh, he's not happy at all, Matthew Snow.
Gee whiz, getting very animated there, the veteran. We've been singing his praises all afternoon.
Yeah,
he's very hot under the collar, is Matthew Snow.
Looks like that'll be all we see of him this afternoon as he heads for the exits.
Wowee. Taking a bin with him just for good measure on the way out.
Fired up.
Need to keep their heads here, Ringwood, because this game isn't over. Margin looks sizable. It is. It's 14 points, but there's still close to 4.5 minutes left on the clock, and they've been the better side this final period.
Well, certainly a bit uncharacteristic from Snow. We know he's frustrated, but as you said, the game's not over.
Yeah.
A couple of big plays from him being, probably the star of this Ringwood team, and all of a sudden they're back into it. So, yeah, maybe a bit of an ill-advised time, to say the least, to get ejected. I assume that's what happened in the end.
2 tech fouls in this final quarter for Ringwood.
Well, it's back out to a 15-point ball game, and after that Matthew Snow technical, probably is just about out of reach today.
Well, just looking at body language, if anything, Ringwood have, I won't say they've dropped their head, but it's not overly positive, and still looking at referees and the like who are talking things over. It's time to just knuckle down and forget about the referees. Easier said than done, I know. But you can get yourself back into the game. The refs are not going to do it for you. Only you can control your own destiny from here. You've got experienced players on the team. I wonder if someone like Sean Clark has a word to his troops. I know the coaches will, of course, as well. But they can get on a run here. We've seen how quickly they can score and turn things around. It's not over.
Looks like Joey Miller will have to be the one to really lead them now with Snow out. Of course, Gibson not in today either for the Hawks. Didn't suit up, obviously. Perhaps away injured or something of the like. And Chris Arkell as well missed today for Waverley. So a key player for the Falcons not out on the floor. Travis returned to action today for Waverley after missing the last game against Kilsyth. He's got 17 to his name, been impressive. And the 3-throw just pops out for McWhorter.
Point number 27 for McWhorter. He's got 2 more here.
And 16 rebounds as well. What a game from him this afternoon. Well, the Falcons are starting to have their struggles as well.
That's contagious. 2 of 4 there for the big fella. 28 points, 16 boards, leading all scorers.
So with possession, 4.5 minutes on the clock, it's a 17-point lead to Waverley. The Falcons back to their starters as well. Here's Travis. Nice pass into mid-quarter. Even better defense from Truman. Comes up with a steal. Poor pass though. Mid-quarter ahead.
Upstairs.
And he just lays it in.
I think Miller just ruined it for all the fans here there, just with the pressure defence.
That brings him up to 30, DeAndre McCorder, as Miller misses the lay-in. We might have a 30-20 game potentially for DeAndre McCorder. Here's Harper. The corner three, no good. Joey Miller in transition. They've got to try it, Ringwood. Is that a rebound for McCorder? Bit of a long one. Here's Travis. Oh, stepping his way through. Can't get it to go, though. But time is winding down here at Waverley, and the Falcons look home, it's safe to be said. It's Fennell to the hoop.
Draws the foul on Harper.
Once
go to the
again,
line.
Well, he's done a great job at getting there.
Yeah, he has. He's been impressive, Fennell. He's really worked and tried all game. When some of his teammates have perhaps lost their way a little bit, he's been a calming influence and really kept on working and chipping away at this big lead. Would have been a really impressive game by him that he connected on some of the free throws that he's missed.
And he's come up with a few stops as well on the other end. Couple of steals coming in to help double.
Leading the way in terms of rebounds for Ringwood. And they have been outworked on the glass. 53-40 they trail in that category.
Travis just asking for a foul call from the referee there. And geez, the pass is way off from mid-quarter. So here's Miller. Sturt's going to fire straight away. And Travis comes up with the board.
13 rebounds for Travis, along with 17 points. Excellent game on return.
DeAndre McCorder as well, up to 18 rebounds now in the game. Heading towards a monster line. Here's Hancock with the ball.
Ringwood about to introduce some of their bench players for the final couple of minutes. Benny Lewis, who's been quiet in the second half, knocks down a triple.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he, Benny Lewis? He hasn't been required to score the ball at volume, but always made the right decision today.
He was very good early. Been a bit quiet after half-time, but certainly done his part. These are the two, though. Travis and McCorder that have really led by example for the home team. And a lovely pass from Lewis there, finds Travis. Roberts just trailing the play, comes up with a foul.
And they really missed him last round, did the Falcons, Dylan Travis, and it's great to see him back out there for Waverley. One of the big reasons why they're able to prevail this afternoon. Meanwhile, the Hawks will be left to rue their errors. They had 33 trips to the free-throw line. They shot the ball at just 48% from the charity stripe.
Giving up 12 offensive rebounds as well.
Ewart Guy coming in for the first time today for Ringwood. He's made 7 appearances so far this NBL1 season. Chance for him to gain some experience.
Very athletic. Still developing, of course. And Waverley now clearing their bench. Some of the starters sitting down. Travis takes a well-earned break. That'll do him for the afternoon. He can be well pleased with his work.
Dylan Larkin as well, making his first appearance today for Waverley. Miller, he's not stopping, still going all the way to the hoop and one. Nice move, Joey Miller. So he's going to play to the final buzzer, Joey Miller. Don't you worry about that.
Bit of chirp afterwards too, Miller. He gave a bit of a gobful to Matthew Hancock, the opposing skipper. Both captains going at it late in the game.
Brings him up to 18 points, Miller. He's been good.
Yeah, he has.
And probably the best player for Ringwood in the second half.
Probably just haven't had enough winners outside of Snow, Fennell and Miller.
Fredrickson once again aggressive to the hoop.
Lost control, got it back, finishes it off.
Speedy young guard, Cody
Like him
Fredrickson.
a lot. Like him a lot.
Once again, Miller. No good though. Fredrickson pushing the pace. He will opt to hold it up on this occasion, though. So a couple more substitutions set to take place for Waverley now.
McCorder will get his own way inside here against the... Look at the size advantage he's got.
He blocks him!
I eat my words. Well done, young fella.
That is a nice play from the youngster.
I thought McCorder was home for all money there. He was going to add his 32nd point. But the young fella did really well.
Had a massive size advantage to DeAndre McCorder.
He goes to the pine, does McCorder. And what a performance. 30 points, 18 rebounds, and a couple of assists as well.
And you can just see with Guy as well, when he's holding his hands up there in defence, how long he is.
Oh, absolutely. Some of these guys have got great athleticism, and he's one of them.
He's Roberts. And he's going to draw the foul on Larkin. So just over a minute to go here. The Falcons well in control. 21 points the margin. A nice steadying win for them. We spoke about how they've struggled the last two outings. Big losses to both the COE and the Kilsyth Cobras, but a win here against their rivals in Ringwood, and they're back on track, the Falcons.
So it's going to be a split here today. The women's game was won by Ringwood in a close one, and the men are going to come away with a substantial victory here. With just over a minute to play, they lead it by 19, and Fredrickson is going to go to the line to shoot two.
So the win here will see Waverley improve to 7-5, and should put them back into the top 8 ahead of the Dandenong Rangers, who are 7-7.
Gee, the Melbourne Nuttawarning game, there's plenty on the line there. Nuttawarning second and Melbourne in fourth.
Yeah, we'll get a score update in a second if we can on that one.
As Fredrickson makes the first continue his fine afternoon.
Yeah, one of the games of the season for Cody Fredrickson. Played a great role off the bench today. And Miller going to the hoop once again. He's not going to stop. Comes up with the rebound. Ewart Guy, a chance to get his first points. Tenny Puart comes up with it. No. Ringwood put it back up and in. Rawson gets it to go. His first two of the afternoon. Here's Andrew Noller. Another player who's seeing his first minutes here in this one.
So dying stages here. Just over 30 seconds to go.
Tenny Puart chucks it up and Guy will come up with it.
So probably two more plays here, excluding fouls. Roberts now working against Fredrickson. Jacks it up, no good.
Rawson comes up with it. Geez, he'll throw it up again. Will Roberts, air ball on that occasion. Nuttawarning Melbourne. It's 1 point the difference late in that one. The Spectres lead. That will be a cracking finish down there at the graveyard.
Tough to beat at home. Tough to beat anywhere, the Spectres.
And geez, Roberts misses the lay-in. So that's all she wrote here at Waverley Basketball Stadium. The Falcons come away victors in rivalry round against Ringwood. 97-78, they win. DeAndre McCorder was fantastic, as was Dylan Travis. And it started off as an up-and-down game, but in the second half, the Hawks really lost their way at the free-throw line, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. They left plenty of points out there, particularly from the free-throw line. They will rue that stat. Just 19 of 36. They got above 50%, but 53% at this level is just not going to cut the mustard, particularly up against an elite team in Waverley, and an important victory for them, just staying within touch and around that top 8 mark. Interesting to see that Nuttawarning Melbourne result only moments away from finishing that game, but full honours to the victors here. They were the better team after half-time, led by DeAndre McCorder. He was enormous, 30 points, 18 rebounds, 2 assists. Travis set the tone early. He was really impressive in his comeback game. 18 points, 13 boards, and 7 rebounds as well. So he's not far off a triple-double there as Travis upon return. So they were the two dominant players on the court for the winners, but really impressive roles off the bench by Chan and Fredrickson in particular. And a couple of winners for Ringwood. Snow was very good early, bit quiet after half-time. Fennell kept on trying. So too to Miller, who got hot late in the game.
Well, that's all we've got time for you here at Waverley Basketball Stadium. The Falcons prevailing in dominant fashion. My name is Liam Ellison, joined as always by Trent Mason. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Good on you, Liam.
Well, we'll catch you next time.